What's good, y'all? Fusion here, back to another video. And today I'm going to talk about well, the Portland Trailblazers, and their just overall issue as a team. First of all, I do want to talk about that trade for that was CJ. Obviously, like that wasn't working out with Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum. They were just missing one extra piece, or they really couldn't find a way to push them forward. And I think that their issue was just having that third option or having a pass first option, such as a Ben Simmons or a Draymond Green, someone who can get both of them in both of them shots and involved in like the offense. But I do want to go over just a roster real fast and what they're missing and who they really have, because they really don't got nobody. Now, a lot of casuals really don't know a lot of these names. For example, Eric Bledsoe, he could play. He's averaging 10 now, so he's honestly somewhat washed, or I do believe he's been injured, but that's not really going to help them already. But yeah, he's at averaging 10 and 4. Not going to win games with him. This dude, he's averaging 2 points. Greg Brown, 4 points. Josh Hart averaging 14. Definitely put a pin in Josh Hart. I'll get back to him. Ebanks, 5 points. 4 points. 3 points. Ingles has been injured, so that's why his point total is down, but definitely put a pin in him as well. 4 points. He don't play. 0. 10 points. Dame is averaging 24. McLemore, 9 points. Nurkic with 15. Also put a pin in him as well. And this is the only other player close to the 20-point mark. Winslow, Wash, 6 points. Williams, 7 points. And 5 points. So there's a big pattern here. So there's a couple players in like double digits. We got Dame, of course, Nurkic, Simmons. Ingles is usually a 14, 15 guy points. Josh Hart, and yeah, the rest of these bums ain't gonna have no points. But it's just not enough. He's averaging 24. We need someone who can get to that 20-point mark. I do believe he has had playing against a 20 because he's averaged about like 17 points a game. And if you know how averages work, he had to have multiple over 20 games for him to get that 17 points a game. So we need him to actually get that 20-point mark, especially since that CJ McCollum is gone. So we need to find scoring elsewhere. So he needs to be that second guy. He needs to average 20 a game. And I'm going to say even Yusuf Nurkic. He's averaging 15. I would prefer him to be at that 18, 19 range. He's a big guy who can score. He is what Enes Kanter was. Someone who is not a threat. An offensive center who can score on the block and score in that in like that restricted area. But he's an old school center, and I don't think it's really gonna work. I do believe he does hit some threes here and there, but I just don't think he is. He needs to get that 17, 18 points a game for this team to be even a threat. Because in the West, they do have big guys who can score, such as Joker, such as I'm thinking. What's the dude in the Suns? That guy. Such as with Memphis, with Jared Jackson Jr. I really can't names, man. I'm horrible with names, but the West has big guys that can score the ball. And he needs to be their big guy. He's So defensively, he is just, he's 6'11", so that'll carry you to a certain extent. But at the end of the day, 15 is not going to win this team some games. He needs to be at that 17, 18, almost 20 for them to be in like the run in. But we need to bring that up, as well as Josh Hart. He's averaging 14 and 8 boards. I would like to see him in that 16. I believe he can do it. He's a solid shooter. He has a really nice height for a 2 guard. He's 6'5". He's a stronger guard. His play does remind me of an old school Russell Westbrook, as far as getting down and dirty, to a certain extent, but obviously not like the scoring and the assisting. But I believe he could be that. He's always interesting to watch because you never really know what Josh Hart that you're gonna get. Either someone who is going to be relevant or someone who is not. So that's his issue. But I think that this Portland team, if they can get these guys like develop better, then I think that they could play. Ingles, great player. He's averaging, I believe he was averaging 17, 18. But obviously he was injured and he was traded from the Jazz. He would always give Paul George issues because he would hit him with the math teacher moves. But yeah, he was nasty. But since he's injured, he's not really going to help out. So unfortunately, it's all on Dame, and we all know that's not how it works nowadays. Guess that's pretty much with the roster. Again, just scoring, and I do want to actually get to the team stats just so I can show you guys exactly what I mean. Scoring wise, you cannot win games scoring 105 points a game. That's not gonna win you games at all. As you can tell, all of the losses, 103, closer to that 105, and winning games, 115 points a game. So there's obviously a correlation between scoring like more points. That's obvious. But the main point is to have that chance to score like more points. If your team has players that can score, then that will take off pressure from everyone else. So you won't have to worry about it like doubling Damian Lillard. So they need a Josh Hart or a Simons or Simmons, just whatever his name is. But you need someone like that who would be considered a threat. But that's just the big thing. Like, they don't have that second or third threat yet. I just think that this year is a bust for them, unfortunately. But we'll see if they can find some sort of like free agent. Try to get somebody with Dame, preferably someone who is a pass first guy to get Dame off of that ball. I think that that's always been an issue for the Trailblazers, is that they never really had a true quote unquote point guard, someone who can put people in their right spots, and let Damian Lillard play his true position, which is honestly a 2 guard, someone who is a scorer. But it is what it is, man. Like, comment, subscribe, and tell me what y'all think. I'm actually wondering what the overall consistency is over the Trailblazers and what their issue is. But that's just my take on it. Like, comment, subscribe. I don't know if I said that again. Also, watch the rest of my sports playlist. That will be at the end of the video, as well as my last sports conversation. So I'll see y'all next time. Peace.